In this video, we will look at the various operations with lists. Recall from our discussion on collection data types, where we talked about the lists, which are a sequential collection of Python data values, where each value is identified by an index. The values that make up a list are called its elements. Lists are similar to strings, which are ordered collections of characters, except that the elements of a list can have any type, or for any one list, the items can be of different types. Consider a list stored in the variable, myList, which contains information about a person. To add another item to this list, we can use the append function. This will add the item at the end of the list. Now the list has been updated with $50,000 as its last element. So, we understand that the lists are mutable in nature. This means that we can update or modify the lists. To repeat the items of the list, we can perform list multiplication, as we did earlier with the strings. However, this operation will not change our original list. If we print the list, we see that the original list remains the same as earlier. Next, if we wish to delete an item from the list, we can use the del function. We just need to call this del function and index the item that we wish to delete from the list. For example, say that we want to delete the Boolean element, true, from this list whose index is 3. So we can write del, myList, and in square brackets, 3. Now we will see that the third indexed item, the Boolean value, has been deleted. We can also use the remove function for deleting any item from the list. Say, now we wish to delete $50,000 from this list. We can do it like this. Now we see that the item has been removed from my list. We can also concatenate the lists, meaning we can merge two different lists into one. For example, consider one more list named another list, which has two elements, 10 and 20. We can concatenate this list with our existing list using the addition operator. Let's say that we assign the combined list to another variable named newList. On printing the new list, we get the combined list now. However, remember that list is only concatenated with list. Some other commonly used operations include using the len function to get the length of the list. Or slicing the list to extract the elements of the list, for example, extracting items from third to fifth location. Let us look at some more actions such as changing the items of the list. For this we can first index the location of the item that we wish to replace, for example, the third item, so we write new list and then 2, this will refer to the third location where we have this list containing hobbies including music and football. Suppose we want to replace it with another hobby, say tennis. So, we assign the string tennis here. Now, we see that the list has been updated with new element in third position. Further, we use the count function to count the occurrence of any item in our list. For this, we simply use the count function and write the item that we wish to count inside the brackets. This returns the occurrence count of a particular item. Similarly, we can use the index function to know the location of any element in our list. Next, let us see how we can get different combinations of elements from this list. Note that the list indexing has the property where we can set the start position, end position, and steps to be taken while indexing. For example, consider that we want to get every other element starting from index 1. So we write our code like this. Here, first we write 1 followed by colon. Now we do not wish to set any location where we should stop looking for the elements, so we leave it as it is, and to get every other element of the list, we set the step, or the interval, as 2. And this has returned us the first item indexed at position 1, that is, 25, and by taking a step it skipped the next item, and returned the item after that, which is list of hobbies, music, and football. Now it again skips the item and returns 20. Now, since there are no more items, and the list has ended, therefore, the execution of the code stops here. Similarly, suppose that we wish to get every other element starting with index 0. Which one is the best way to get the desired output? Consider these as your options. Write down your answers in the comment section with suitable reason for your choice. Alright, now let us move ahead and look at some more examples and operations on lists. Earlier we saw how we can replace an item from a list. But, what if we do not wish to replace, and just shift the positions of existing elements while including a new element? For this we can use the insert function like this. We specify the index and the item to be included in the list. This returns a list with the newly added item without deleting or replacing any of the items from the list. Using the reverse function, we can switch the order of the list. Finally, to drop the last item from OutList, we can apply the pop function. We see that the last item has been removed now. Also, we can take out an indexed item from the list using pop function along with the index value like this. Now, the second item has been removed. Now here is another question for you. In this list, how will you index music? You can drop your answers in the comments. That's it with the lists for now. If you recall more of the commonly used list functions, mention them in the comments section below with examples. Also, do consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video, if not done yet. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.